I was 4 years old when my father joined St. Francis Hospital. And, right from the beginning, the only time that you'd see him is if you come to work with him. And, it's pretty amazing to come full circle that now I'm working here as an interventionalist. I'm Evan Shlofmitz, live from St. Francis Hospital, and I'm going to turn it over to the cath lab where Doctors Alan Jeremias and Richard Shlofmitz are.
My partners were always worried about me because I do many cases and I'm exposed to radiation over 40 years, and we know it's a cumulative thing. So I'm not the most careful when it comes to my screens and my protection.
No, you protect the back wall. That's good.
It's an important wall.
It's an important wall.
But with all seriousness, they said, look, we have this new thing we want you to try, and I'm not good at new things.
He's one of the highest volume operators in the world, and there's no question he's probably having among the highest volume exposure in the country from an occupational exposure standpoint. And the question is, what can we do to reduce that? And every time I bring up that discussion, his answer was, I'm not changing my workflow.
I've been doing interventional cardiology for 40 years, and every month someone's coming out with a new product, and it's wonderful, it's this, it's that. But I always tell people in industry, if something's not easy to use, it's unlikely that the masses are going to use it. When you look at radiation safety, if it's going to be something that limits me from doing what I'm going to do, and not going to happen, I'm not going to use it.
He didn't want to do anything that was going to change things because he almost didn't care about himself. And the angle that we had to come at was, well, this is to protect the staff, because the staff is his family. And when he knew that there was a solution that won't impact his workflow, can reduce exposure to the entire staff, we knew we had a potential solution.
The beauty of this particular system is it doesn't impede anything for me. It makes it user-friendly. My workflow is beautiful. I'm just doing my case.
I'm going to go to hover mode right now just before I get centered. So I'm not exposed to radiation at all right now. I'm going to be blue. I'm in hover mode.
So explain the difference between hover mode and full protection.
Hover mode lets me move the table versus full protection where you're locked and loaded.
Right.
It's pretty incredible. It really looks like a game-changing technology now available really for the first time. This is now day 3 we used it. And I mean, we feel much more secure in terms of the radiation exposure.
I'm very encouraged about it. The fact of the matter is that I've only been in the cath lab 8 years, but it takes its toll.
It is amazing that our administration and our physicians really care about us being protected so that we can continue to work and help our patients.
You guys want to come check out this new toy that we have?
We're the first generation in humankind who has stood in front of radiation for 40 years, worn 30 pounds of lead, and expected nothing to happen from it.
Yeah, try it. Why don't you hit the button?
Generically, what we need to do is to try to figure out which system gives us the maximum protection, is flexible enough to do the wide range of procedures that we do. We need to be able to get to the patient in a hurry if there's an emergency. And it has to be more or less user-friendly.
I think that having it be integrated into our workflow so it doesn't take additional time. Time is very costly. Some of the things that appeal to me about this particular design are the fact that it is able to be moved with the camera. So the fact that you can kind of use the full breadth of angles.
So I have 3 sons, and they're amazing people because of my wife. My wife really raised them. I might not have been the greatest father. I was here all the time. I worked every day.
Did you ever worry about radiation exposure, or is it just something that you're becoming aware of right now?
I did worry about it, but I knew there was no stopping my husband. He was going to do as many cases as he could possibly do, and I was just praying that the lead would work. Also, I was glad we had already made our children, so...
I hadn't really realized in all of his training what the actual career would look like and the amount of exposure. Fortunately, we got pregnant very easily and didn't have to really think much about it. I mean, I think that anybody who's exposed to that much radiation on their day-to-day in their work definitely needs to have that level of protection.
Working with my son Evan is amazing. I'm just watching him grow and the way he takes care of patients. Interventional cardiology is the greatest job in the world, and we need to be healthy to take care of them. Radiation safety is going to let us all meet that dream.